Hi, boys and girls. We finished that number 6 packet yesterday. It took us 3 days to do it. So we finished it, and I didn't want to start 7 this week. We're going to wait till next week. So I'm going to go back to the Go Math. You're going to see that it says, oops, over in this corner, it says chapter 2. Okay, now what I didn't want to just go on to chapter 2 because it's also a review of numbers 1 through 5. But I didn't want to skip it because there's some important stuff. So we're going to keep going on with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to throw this in kind of in between, okay? It's super easy. We'll probably won't do the whole packet, okay? I'll probably skip a few pages. So when you first open this up, parents at school, we always tear these pages off, okay? So this is kind of a nice one that I'll just go over. It says, butterflies have taste buds in their feet. Instead of their tongue, did you know they can taste with their feet? So they stand on their food to taste it. So when they land on the flowers, they can taste that sweet, sweet nectar through their feet. Isn't that funny? And now they do have a tongue, but they don't use their tongue for taste like we do. They use the tongue to suck up the nectar from the flower. Now it says, are there more butterflies or more flowers in the picture? I only see one butterfly. It's a big butterfly. I see lots of flowers. I see a white one here. I see yellow ones here. And if you look, there's actually a whole bunch. There's yellow and orange. So are there more butterflies or more flowers? More flowers, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll just kind of show you. Parents, you're welcome to do this if you want. The directions are at the bottom, but mostly this is vocabulary. They're showing you the numbers 1. I see 1 horse. I see 2 ducks. I see 3 sheep. I see 4 trees. I see 5 little baby ducks here. I see 3 cows. So they're just showing you, the words. And we've been working on that ever since school started. There's a little game here that you can play. You need just some counters or some pieces, and the directions are at the bottom. And then they're showing you the words that we're going to be using. We're going to be these are flashcards, and you are welcome to cut these apart. We use these words all the time when we're doing math. We're constantly, every single day. But we don't make the kids cut these out and memorize them. It says compare. We compare the numbers, which was fewer. We have greater, less. Match. Okay, we match things. More, 1, same number. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all those pages I just talked about, and I am going to tear these out, and I'll staple them. And like I said, parents, this is up to you guys if you want extra work. I can't imagine you wanting extra work, but if you do, you can give your child the directions and go through those. I want to start right here, okay? So what this says is we're going to work on same number, all right? Now it says at the bottom, it says, place counters as shown. Trace the lines to match each counter in the top to the bottom. Count how many in each set. Tell a friend about the number of counters in each set. So we're going to do that. Watch, I'm going to take 4 counters from my counter bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4 red. And then I'm going to take the other ones and turn them over on the yellow side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it says use the lines to match them, right? It's like they're partners. It's like, okay, let's say you're going to play a game. You say you need a partner. This red one is going to partner up with the yellow one. This red one is going to have a partner. See how I draw lines there that matches them up? And so that they have partners. Now it says tell a friend about the numbers. Well, how many are in the top row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you don't have to write the number, but I'm going to just so you can see. 4. How many are in the bottom row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, altogether that's 8, but we don't need to know that. The directions don't ask you how many are all together. It says tell somebody about those numbers. What about those numbers? Do we have more red than yellow? No. Do we have more yellow than red? No. So what can you say about those numbers? They are the same up here, exactly the same. So I'm going to write same. You don't have to do this either. I just like to show you. They are the same. Those numbers, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, are the same. Another word for same is equal. And you hear me saying that a lot when I do number talks, right? If it's exactly the same, they are equal. All right, we're going to do the page that's on the back. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and tear those both out. And then just like the other chapter, Parents, the next page in here, the white ones that are not colored, those are ones that we use for homework. In the classroom. We would be using the colored ones in the classroom and then tearing these out and sending them home for homework. Since we're not doing homework, I'm just gonna throw that away, okay? All right, so now that I have my packet, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna read the directions. Place a counter on each car in the set as you count them. Move the counters into the 5 frame. Draw the counters. Now place the counters on the puppets at the bottom. Move the counters to the 5 frame. Okay, now is the number of objects greater, less, or the same? Draw a line to match so that we know, okay? So we're using the counters. Okay, I'm using the counters to count these. 1, 2, we're gonna pretend these are the cars. There's 4 little cars, aren't there? Okay, now I'm gonna move those into the boxes so they're easier to count and compare. I'm gonna use the yellow ones over here for the puppets. Those are cute little puppets. Now I'm gonna move those into the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you know about those numbers? Just like the other page, right? 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. They are equal or the same. Now it says to draw them. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I could go back and color those later. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over. It says compare the sets of objects. Is the number of hats greater than, less than, or the same as the number of the juice boxes? Count how many hats, write the number. Count how many juice boxes, write the number. Tell a friend what you know about the number of objects in each set. Let's count these together. Oops. Just dropped that on the floor. I've got another one. And we're not going to use the counters for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5. A hat, a back, and curve around. I'm going to write the number right there. How many juice boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if these hats belong to children, would there be the same number of hats as juice boxes? Would everyone wearing a hat get a juice box? Look, this person could have this one, and this one, and this one. We don't really have to do that because it would kind of be messy if we did. But they are exactly the same. Every child wearing a hat would get a juice box, okay? That's all you have to do on that page. That's super easy. All right, I'm gonna read the directions. Count how many buses. Write the number. I'm gonna write the number on the top. I see 1, 2, 3. Those buses are green. I don't think I've ever seen a green bus like that. Okay, draw to show the set of counters that has the same number as the set of buses. So we want the same amount of counters as there are buses. So if there are 3 buses, then we need to make 3 counters, right? We want those numbers to be the same. I'll take those off and I'll draw them. And we could even match them up to make sure that they're exactly the same. I know parents, this looks easy, you know, to the grown-up eye, but it's good for them to match them up. So we're just comparing. This whole packet was the same. Now number 4 down here in the empty box, draw 2 sets that have the same number of objects shown in different ways. Tell a friend about your drawing. How about this? Maybe we could draw, let's see, I'm trying to think. Okay, let's do flowers. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna draw 4 flowers. Now it says draw 2 sets of objects. Now this is just one set of objects. Watch, I got 4 flowers. And I'm gonna write the number 4 over here just so we know. Now I need to draw something else and I have to have the same number. So how about above each flower is a little cloud? Maybe it's even raining on it, right? But I want to make sure there's 1 cloud for each flower so that they all get the rain, right? There. And you don't have to do that. You could do something else. Draw 2 sets that are exactly the same. I've got 4 clouds and I've got 4. Yeah, I do not have more flowers than clouds. I do not have more clouds than flowers. They're exactly the same. They are equal. And that's it.